Hey everyone, if you're a professional or entrepreneur who's been working harder and harder, but not seeing the results that you want, today's video is for you. Because the truth is, hard work alone isn't enough. What you need is leverage. Now, leverage simply means multiplying the impact of your actions. Instead of only relying on your time and energy, you use tools, relationships, and systems that give you more results with less effort. There are many forms of leverage: financial, people, network, content, and technology leverage. But in this series, I'm going to focus on the three that matter most right now: network, content, and technology leverage. But before we jump into these tactics, let's talk about mindset, because this is where most people get stuck. Maybe you've thought, I don't want to bother people with networking, or I'm not good on camera, or even technology is way too complicated. I get it. I've had these same thoughts. A few years ago, I challenged myself to step outside my comfort zone. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. First, I had a mystery shopper assignment where I had to walk up to strangers in a restaurant and ask them to fill out surveys. As an introvert, that felt extremely uncomfortable. My very first rejection felt personal. But as I kept going, I realized the secret. Don't focus on the no's. Just keep showing up. By the end, the rejection didn't bother me anymore. I built resilience. Then I went to a big barbecue competition in Washington, D.C. with one of my cousins. Normally I pick a quiet lunch. But that day I found myself in the middle of a massive crowd. Noise everywhere. Now, at first it felt overwhelming. But here's the thing. Not only did I end up enjoying the food and the people watching, I actually scored a free ticket from a generous stranger. And that reminded me, opportunities often hide in the uncomfortable. And finally, I volunteered at a nonprofit breakfast. Usually I stay in the kitchen preparing food, where it felt safe. But this time I served directly to the guests and even had a conversation with them. Focusing on their needs instead of my own nerves made the whole experience fulfilling. I walked away energized and not drained. Those three experiences changed me. They taught me that discomfort is temporary, but the growth you gain from pushing through it lasts forever. And the same is true, when you start leveraging your network, your content, and technology. It might feel awkward at first, but if you just lock in, you'll unlock opportunities you've never imagined. And here's the big shift. Working harder adds. Leverage multiplies. In networking, one introduction can change your life. In creating content, one video or blog can reach thousands, even while you sleep. And using technology, one system can automate hours of repetitive work. Think of two professionals. One keeps grinding, doing more and more. Growth stays slow. The other invests in leverage. Their opportunities start to compound. Pretty soon, success is chasing them instead of the other way around. So here's your action step for this week. Ask yourself, where am I working harder when I could be multiplying? Then pick one small move, whether it's reaching out to a connection, drafting your first piece of content, or testing a new tool.